being shared in order to make you think whatever you are going through, it is going to be temporary. No, it's not temporary. Oh. Listen to me very well. I don't know how old you are. If you are watching me from Nigeria, look at me very, very, very well. Okay? I have lived long enough to be very honest with you on this particular one. Okay? Nothing goes up in Nigeria that ever comes down. The declaration that there's sort of a jacked up your cost of living today in Nigeria. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't something that happened by coincidence. They knew it was going to happen and they planned nothing towards it. They waited for your reaction and they found that it seems that you are still very much on probably the last dosage of Bokwari's trauma on you for 8 years. You can't you can't protest. Okay? You can't do all that. You are so tired, weak, disoriented, and all that thing. That is the impression. So they went along with it anyway. Then they came back to come and explain to you what they are going to do. Why you are still going through that hardship every day. You are reading about things they want to do, but none of them has ever actually come around to, to simmer things down. No. So I've lived long enough to know this. So when it goes up, it stays up. And let me explain staying up. Okay? As it is right now, when they remove your subsidy, and as it is already affecting everything, your everyday life, including even your other, your main expenses like education for your children, your own health care, and so many other things that really matter in your life. They have all been affected now. A lot of you have resorted into trekking long distances, not even considering what your health conditions are because you don't even know. But the economic situation is forcing a lot of you to make a lot of adjustments that are not really human or humane. However, when they will pretend that your situation is going to get better, let me give you an example of what they will do. Currently, your liter of petrol, how much is it? 610 naira or 700. By the middle of August, that is going to get over, maybe before the end of August, it's going to get over 800 naira, 850 naira per liter, right? Now, around that time, they were hoping that they would have amassed enough kind of, dollars or money that they can then say, you know what, we're just going to pay the subsidy. Do you understand that? And that would be you back on that threshold, but you will never be back to 165 naira per liter again, ever. You will never go back to that. So when they start paying the subsidy, which is going to be what they are going to do, when they start paying it again, they will say, oh, a liter of petrol has now come down to 600 naira or 550 naira. Now, remember, this is still pretty much like a 300% increase to what you used to pay, right? When they say they remove the subsidy, but they will return it. But when they will return it, they will pretend that they are returning it slowly so that they cut the price, but it will stay there. And that's how everything else will stay. Okay? They are already saying they are adding 10,000 naira to the salaries of state workers. Others are being encouraged to add 10,000 naira and me, probably give 10,000 naira as a palliative to the poorest in your local government and the rest of that. All of these are going to be temporary drama until you are used to where they want to put you and you stay there. I don't know how it's going to be for you then. Maybe your minimum wage will be increased to 45,000 or 50,000 naira. They are saying they want to increase your, muting. They want to increase your minimum wage to what? 200,000 naira. It's not going to happen. Do you understand? Already, some of the states are already paying extra 10,000 to make it 40,000 naira. That's the palliative they are promising you. 10,000 naira for those who have jobs, okay? And then the federal government, we have also increased the minimum wage to 50,000. That's them as saying they are adding 20,000 naira to your salary. And guess what? By the time this whole thing comes down, you realize that the devalued naira, no matter how much, even if they increase your minimum wage from what it is right now to 500,000 naira, they are just putting more trashy paper in your pocket and putting some bogus number on your screen, the screen of your phone app or bank app, the worth of that money with what they are doing will continue to make it 500,000 will continue to look like 50,000 naira. And they don't even have a plan of giving you that much. That's what actually makes it even worse. So everybody will stay there. More people are going to delve into poverty. More businesses are going to fold up. Okay. But these guys, they're going to spend more money on propaganda. Like you're going to leave and sit down and be like, are they talking about Nigeria? However, those who knows that when it comes to what Nigeria has entered, is more than one chance, whatever you want to call it. Okay. They are already booking their space on the table. Okay. And from my own experience, a lot of you probably have no idea how bad it is going to get. You have no idea. Prayers will not stop it. Do you understand? Propaganda will not change it. These guys and what they will do, every one of them, in the space of a year or two, it will be very bad. And it is not about wishing it on you. I can tell. So, APC, Egbekegbe, their youth wing. A week ago, if I could recall correctly, it was the women led by their woman leader, Betty Edu, to go and praise Kalu inside the Asshole Rock Villa, where they told him people are so happy with Tinubu's policies. They are so happy that he is doing what he is doing, and the women support him. After that meeting, Betty Edu gave all the women, every one of them, $1,000 cash for lunch. I shared the video on this platform for those who remember. Yeah? So immediately after that, when Kalu will release the first batch of his Alibaba and 40 thieves, he released the first 28 invited thieves, Alibaba and 28. And in this on this list, he has 7 women, 21 men. And if you use religion as well, you will say he has 14 Christians, 14 Muslims. But in all this, Betty Edu became one of the first batch of Tinubu's, what do you call it, Tinubu's 40 thieves. So yesterday, Dayo Israel, the Commander General of Jagabandit Army, led the Jagabandit Army to go and meet Jagabandit himself. And as expected, I mean, ass licking, ass kissing, crumb chasing, you know what I mean? Which is, I believe, which are the real criteria of being a member of APC, Egbekegbe, then live in denial too. Dayo was inside the Asshole Rock. And I'm going to take you there. For the record, these short clips, the credit for them goes to the channel's television. So if you really want to see the full show, go on to channel's televisions on YouTube. You'll be able to watch the whole thing if you are interested. But I have picked where I think we can use, and we'll give them the credit for that. All right. So, and thank you. So Dayo Israel, ladies and gentlemen, telling Kalu how amazing he has been. And for those who are complaining, you all should go and wait for 2031, because they are already waiting to work for him for 2027, second term. Ladies and gentlemen, before I show you what Kalu said, let's kind of take this clown a bit, as a break. Again, I am not promising you anything reasonable from his mouth. I am not expecting you to sit down and be expecting anything sensible from him. If you don't want to be disappointed, just a kind of a break, okay? That you're Israel.
A man of result, a man of impact. By investing in yourself and investing in people for over 30 years. And so it was easy for us to go out there to market you to the Nigerian people during the last election because of the investment that you have also made before time. And to congratulate you that we were not let down, and to thank God on your behalf for the victory that we had in that election. It wasn't a rosy one. There were challenges. We were ostracized. We lost friends. We lost family members. We were abused. We were attacked. We were called names. I have a youth leader here from Gombe State that was shot in his community on election day because the opposition wanted to rig and he was trying to defend our vote. We all paid prices, both as state youth leaders, zonals, and even as youth stakeholders of the party in various support groups, including the PCC Youth Wing. And we thank the Almighty God that today we are all here to celebrate that we have been able, as youth of this party, to produce a president and commander-in-chief of Nigeria. I think it's worth celebrating. Mr. President, we also want to come to say a big thank you for what you have begun to do. They have called you Baba Go Fast for the remarkable impact that you have made from your swearing in. First announcing that subsidy is gone and putting Nigeria on the trajectory of progress and making tough decisions, which is what leadership is all about. If only the decisions that you have made in the last 60 days thereabout have been made in the last 60 years of our independence, Nigeria would be a better country than what it is today. The student loan that you have introduced in your first month in office, the food security initiative that you announced last week, the deregulation of the forex sector, which is now being
Shibi, I told you that you shouldn't expect anything like, I don't know that you are now calling Kolu Baba Go Fast. Wow. So some of you have been lying to us that things are hard. So you're actually happy with Kolu. That's what Dayo Israeli, was telling him last night. Here is another one.
Some have called it different names, but it's strictly deregulating the financial sector.